incredible, Ron. It is incredible.
Yeah. Amazing.
Very good job, Dominic. This will be the beginning of breathing life back into our first people's footprints that walked this nation, that created the highways. It'll breathe life back into the awareness of why our people did that. They walked to care for the country. And this will just be the beginning of starting that journey again. And we hope that whomever comes to experience this, that they will tread softly and follow the wisdom of our ancient people's footprints.
We both feel this is about ecological and cultural restoration, bringing the two together, learning from the traditional owners, learning about the wisdom in which they used science to manage the landscape. And if we could learn from the traditional owners in this way, I feel that we would do a lot better job of managing these natural systems that are so precious, that have evolved through deep time.
The way I'm looking at it, we've actually come a full circle. You know, this landscape, this country was taken care of by our Noongar people for 70,000 years or more, or as we say, since time immemorial. The walk trails, the water, the honouring of the hills, the honouring of the plants and animals. That was our responsibility.
Yeah, that's all you need to do.
And then the government changes, the government made demands on people. There was, you know, the huge tracts of development of the land that literally scathed the landscape and tore down trees, tore the ground, destroyed it, destroyed the natural habitats, introduced new noxious weeds, and literally just scathed the landscape. And it was heartbreaking to see that. It was heartbreaking to see the animals running to escape from all that development. And because they were our totems, our spiritual connection to the country was our religion that was just being destroyed in front of our eyes. And there was nothing we could do about it because us Noongar people at that time were considered pests along with the wild animals that were destroying sheep. And so we just couldn't help. You know, we went through a huge stage of cultural grief that probably is still in the process of healing now. And when I look at the work that's been done through Gondwana Link, Bush Heritage, Green Skills, funded by the government, funded by donors, people who have a passion to restore the land to what it was, people who are learning how to us Noongar people take the care of the land. And so they're replicating some of our practices. So we have the combined effort of Western science with old science, and that's where we are now. We've come back in a full circle where culture and caring for country is integral to our plans for this whole, from Norseman right through the Margaret River, through the Gondwana Link, and the multitude of agencies and people with a passion to care for the environment. We're all working together. And this is where race doesn't become an issue. The issue is caring for country. The issue is protecting our environment. The issue is salvaging something for our future generations. We don't own the land. We are only custodians. We can't take it with us when we leave this life. And so we need to give it back and make sure it's there for our future generations to care for. And we see the people that are working here today, everybody working hand in hand with the one passion, and that was to establish a story or the beginning of a story of how our Noongar people were the first footprints on this land. And that's what we've achieved. We're very proud to say we've achieved it. And we know it will be cared for. This artwork has come about through the efforts of many people who've got a compassion for the environment, a passion of telling the story of the environment, and a passion for telling the story of how we care for country. And we can see those stories emanating through here, through the artwork of the flora and fauna. And from our Noongar perspective, a lot of that is about our totemic system, where families had responsibilities, groups had responsibilities through the totemic system of caring for the animals and the plants. My totemic animal is a little yiri bird, we call it. It's the western spinebill. And that has got the spirit of our old people, and it guides us and just today I think I heard it calling and I thought, yeah, it's a blessing. And my plant totem is the talyarak tree, and that helps us to understand our country and our tribal run. When we can no longer see those plants, we're into somebody else's property and it's not our responsibility. Our responsibility is to care for the plants in our country. And you'll see our Noongar artwork here that interprets their vision of our landscape. Some of it's in symbols, some of it's in footprints. Our Noongar artwork has always been about painting the landscape to give our younger ones an understanding of connection to country and about teaching them about to identify with where they belong. It's all about a sense of belonging. When you belong to somewhere, you care for it. You've got that commitment, you've got that dedication to care for it. And so all of this will be an educational site. It'll be about caring for country from a Noongar perspective that shows our connection to the flora and fauna, but also about the ecological, scientific Western science and bringing those two sciences together to care for country. And we hope that this model will be replicated all around Australia. And so rather than tracing Captain Cook's journey, this is about tracing our First Nations footprints all around Australia. And we've got those maps to show where those regional biddies, those regional walk trails interconnect all through the nation. And so this will be a walk trail, artwork trail that'll go all around Australia. So we hope this site will be the first of a national network that honours our First Nations footprints around Australia. And in front of us, we talk about caring for country, but straight in front of us, there's an image of what we call the Sleeping Beauty. But for this purpose, we see her as iconic of Mother Earth, and she lays there reminding us to care for country. That is Mother Earth, or in our Noongar name, we call her Kayang, a wise old lady, and she will always guide us. Her spirits and the spirits of our ancient people will guide us in caring for country. What we've got here, courtesy of Dr. Noel Nannup, who went to the effort about 20, 30 years ago to listen to the old people and capture their stories of their walk trails, the original walk trails, or biddies as we call them. And what I want to do is to show you where those walk trails are, and also to show you that the highways now were originally our old people's walkways. You see these thick black line here, which is now the Great Southern Highway to Esperance. That was once a walk trail. Goes right down to Walpole. Another one branches off that goes to Denmark, or Wave Rock there. You can see all these black lines. They were the walk trails. Southwest Highway. This is the Franklin River Highway. All these little black lines were walk trails. And this one here is I've yet to add because that was how our people walked from Esperance, or the women walked from Esperance to Albany when the men were in jail. Look at this one. The connection way over there. People had connection.